let's go back to your ambition. How influential are the party leaders of your party in bringing up the Senate president?
Well, party leaders are, of course, the leaders of the party, and they can always act for making the party remain on focus. And I believe that these are people of proven integrity. These are people that have done so well, who have sacrificed so much right from the major stage up to this stage. And therefore, these are people who would do anything to make sure that the party produces its leadership without any rancor, that the leadership remains focused and works in tune.
Let me put it in another way. Are you getting the support? Are you getting the support or the nod of any national leader of your party?
In fact, I'm looking for the support of my leaders, because I don't think there's anyone who contest for any office, and especially the office of the President of the Senate or the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and not seek the support of his leaders and elders. I respect, I adore, and cherish my leaders, and I'll continue to ask for their blessing, for their support. But I haven't got any endorsement, public endorsement by any leader. However, I've gotten endorsements from Northwest and Southwest of caucuses of our senators of the APC. And these are the kind of combination that you need. You need the endorsements of your colleagues and, of course, the blessings and the support of your leaders and elders. So I'm really looking for their support, and I've been working to achieve that. And I'm sure everyone who is running for any office for the leaders of the APC in the National Assembly is going to look for the endorsement, for the support of our leaders.
Well, Senator Lawan, you do seem to come with a wealth of experience, in the sense that, I mean, you've been there for 16 years, 8 years in the House, and another 8 in the Senate. And you also say that the way your party has decided to go about this will not break your ranks within the Senate. Some people might say that position might not be correct. They also fear that you could also lose it to the PDP. Do you see that as a possibility?
No, I don't. I don't, because the APC is a very well-organized political party, and we have come a long way. Our leaders and supporters across the country made huge and phenomenal sacrifices to make sure that the party was formed. And I'm sure that we will do everything possible to ensure that we don't lose our mandate to the PDP. But I also believe that whoever emerges in the APC needs to work with the PDP, especially in the Senate. Because, as I've said ab initio, the PDP in the Senate is huge in terms of presence. And that needs and makes it mandatory that we build consensus, that we synergize at all times to ensure that we have legislative effect to the implementation of the policy of our government, the APC government of President Ahmed Lawan.
Do you?
I'm sure that we will not do anything, and I emphasize that we will not do anything that will give the PDP the opportunity to take over what rightfully belongs to the APC by the grace of God.
Okay, well, you are optimistic that might not happen, but do you see any long-term implications for this? Because if your party has decided to go down the route of voting, everybody have a go at it, do you see a situation where that could also bring bad blood?
Well, I'm sure any politician who runs for an office knows that he or she, at the point, would have to either settle for whatever the outcome is, and most especially when the outcome goes through a democratic process, or when our leaders altruistically would sit down and say this is the way to go. No one individual is bigger than the political party, and the political party belongs to all Nigerians, not only those of us who are elected. So I believe that at the end of the day, we will do everything possible to reconcile ourselves, and we will go into that chamber, the Senate chamber particularly, as a united family, ready to work for the betterment of Nigerians. Nigerians voted for change. Nigerians deserve change, and Nigerians will get that very positive change through the government of President Muhammad Buhari, and the legislature that is dominated by the NDC by the grace of God.
Some people will say that not much has changed in terms of how leaders are still emerging in the different chambers of the National Assembly, because here we are still doing, it would seem, a zonal system. You're getting the support from the northwest and the north and the southwestern zone, and people would have thought that this should be left to individual preferences. These are the candidates that the party is presenting, and then everybody should decide whether it depends. Doesn't matter where it is that you're from, you should be able to support whoever it is that you want to support.
Well, there's no zoning at the moment. That's the point I'm making. There's no zoning. I'm from the Northeast, running for the office of the President of the Senate. Another senator, my friend, my brother, is also running from the North Central, and the party has not zoned. What the party has said is let the democratic process produce the next President of the Senate and also the Speaker of the House of Representatives. So it's not like zoning, and the endorsement is when senators of a caucus, like the Northwest Caucus, sat down, decided, and screened those of us who are aspiring to be President of the Senate, and decided to endorse me. That is not coercion. Nobody was forced into endorsement. They willingly decided to endorse me. The same thing with Southwest. So I believe that the process is democratic enough, and nobody would complain about this, because I believe that this is the best option for us to follow. Perhaps the zoning would exclude people who have gathered experience over the years, who have the qualities, who have the integrity and the capacity to move the National Assembly to the next stage by providing very credible leadership. And I think I endorse this process by our leaders and our party elders.
Yet you say that no national leader is behind you. I mean, you have not gotten any endorsement from them, even though you've gotten block endorsements from these zones.
That's right.
It sounds, it's pretty hard to believe, because oftentimes in the Southwest, I mean, the way they do things, it would seem that there is a national leader's influence somewhere. You say that that hasn't happened in your case?
I wouldn't know, and I think I'm not the best person to answer that question, because for me, I went to campaign to my colleagues in the Southwest, and of course went to my leaders and elders from the Southwest to seek for their blessing and support. So if I got the support of my colleagues, to me, it really means that my colleagues have seen the qualities in me, and by the grace of God decided to endorse me. Let me say this very clearly. There is no way anybody will run for the office of the President of the Senate, or indeed any office for that matter in APC, and not seek the support and blessings of the leaders of the party across the country. We go around the country to seek for the blessings and support of our elders and leaders. They deserve our respect. What else can we do to show that we respect them? We have to go to them. They have sacrificed so much to bring this party into reality, and they deserve that simple respect and ability that you are our elders, we are your sons and daughters. Bless us, we want to lead. Give us the opportunity. Speak for us as well. So I don't see anything wrong. If you say the Southwest has a process, then that process could be unique to the Southwest. And every part of Nigeria in that case may have its own way of doing things. What matters is for the senators themselves to say that this is the person they want, and this is the person they endorse. So I believe that this is something that should be considered as the way politics is played in different parts of the country.
Okay, fair enough, Senator, but let's look at your party's manifesto and some of the things that your party says they want to do. One of them is to fight corruption. How do you intend, as Senate President, if you're elected, to help your party achieve some of these aims? Do you also intend to declare your assets?
Oh, certainly. I'm prepared to follow suit. Our President, President Muhammad Buhari, has already set the pace, and I am prepared to do that. And by the way, I have been at the forefront of fighting corruption when I chaired the Public Accounts Committee for 8 years. Because the Public Accounts Committee is essentially what the Parliament that's for the people, for the good and common good of the people of the country. And we have all along been fighting embezzlement, misapplication of public funds, and we have made people to pay taxes and corporations. We have made people to return funds to the treasury that were either looted or misappropriated and run contrary to the financial regulations established by the Federal Ministry of Finance. So we have been working behind the scenes as far as I'm concerned. But I also believe that we need to reform the EFCC. I believe that the EFCC should be much more functional and effective and efficient. Also the ICPC. And this president particularly is a president that is known for his anti-corruption stance, and we are prepared to give him all the support that he requires to fight corruption. And I think, and I'm convinced, beyond any reasonable doubt, that what we require today, much more than anything else, after dealing with security, is to fight corruption. In fact, to some extent, a large extent and significant extent, corruption might have aided and abetted the insurgency that we face in the northeastern part of Nigeria and all other vices across the country, whether kidnapping or whatever. So I believe that this is one way to go, and I'm prepared to move the whole hog to give Mr. President the support that the executive arm of government requires, and I'm sure my colleagues in the Senate and indeed the National Assembly will do the same.